Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for what card defines where you are at right now and where are you headed next. This is probably my most requested reading on my channel. Everyone wants to know, like, where am I at? Where am I going? What's happening? Now, I want to remind you guys that you are the master creator of your life. Whatever energy is unfolded here today in this reading, you have the ability to change it. You have the ability to create your life and make it whatever you want. Okay, so that's number one. I am hoping, however, that this reading will resonate with you. If it does, feel free to let me know in the comments below and share it with your friends. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. That's the best way you guys can support my channel. And also, keep in mind this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to choose a number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4 to get a personalized message. So take your time, take some deep breaths, ask yourself what number you're being drawn to, and when you're ready, we're going to get started. You can head to the comments below where my lovely subscribers always post the timestamps, and if you choose number 1, we're going to get started right away. So for those of you guys who choose number 1, where are you at right now in your life path? So we're getting the Tower card. Oh my goodness. This is a card that some people are really afraid of. I mean, it makes sense. Just look at this image here. Like, everything's falling apart. Everything is just crumbling. It feels like you have no control. It's almost like you just have to surrender. There's a lot of chaos around you right now. So this may just be related to your life in general, feeling like you don't have any control over it, feeling like almost like the universe or God is like smiting you. And I don't know about you guys, but I have definitely had times in my life where I've been like looking up at the sky and been like, are you kidding me? This is absolutely crazy. So I feel like this is a message that you're probably a little upset right now, probably feeling a little bit lost on your journey, or you just have no control over what's going on. Something is breaking down. So this could be like your financial situation or your job. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It could be a relationship or a bunch of relationships that feel like they're just crumbling. It could be literally your home situation, because we do see a building here, a home or a structure. It could be that there's a lot of chaos in your home, or all of a sudden you found out that you have to move, or you have to like vacate the premises or something. And so you're just trying to get everything together so you can move forward. So this is the Tower. It does talk about some kind of catastrophe that has happened. And sometimes this is something that's just small and you know you'll make it through. Other times it's really big, and it could be like the loss of someone in your life, or a health issue, or something like that. I'm just looking at this card and laughing because I know, like, there's certain times in my life that are kind of flashing back at me right now where I'm really thinking about a Tower moment. One most notably would have been a car accident that my partner got into that led to us having some financial issues and him losing his job, and then the same week my bird died. And so it was like the craziest week of my life, but literally everything was kind of just falling apart in order, I feel like, to just kind of clear the playing field. I had recently been working with the law of attraction for months prior to that. And I was trying to manifest all these things. I was like so excited, making vision boards, doing meditations, doing mantras, like working on my root chakra, cutting cords, doing healing. And all of a sudden, a couple months later, bam, this 1 week, everything just fell apart. And at the time it felt really awful, and I was just really scared and confused. But now I look back and I realize, like, that was the big shift that was paving the way for me to kind of shift my path to lead me to the amazing place I'm in right now. So, if you're going through this right now, just go through it. When all of that happened to me, I definitely was crying. I was really sad, especially about my poor bird Pooters that died, my poor baby. It was like my child, and it was just so hard for me. And then just kind of figuring out like, okay, now we have to get new jobs. Now we got to figure this all out again. And when everything was so stable, but oh my gosh, it opened up opportunities that I didn't have before. And eventually it took me, long story short, to being able to travel the world. Here I am 3 years later actually, and I'm traveling the world and I'm living in infinite abundance. And I really feel like if that hadn't happened, if all of that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Like if my partner hadn't gotten the car accident, if all that stuff hadn't gone down, we wouldn't have made choices that led us to this path. If my bird hadn't passed away, I don't know if I'd be traveling, because it's really difficult to take a bird with you when you're traveling to different countries every other month. So I'm so sad about that, but everything kind of aligned to help me manifest the things I wanted. And I did want to travel, and I wanted to be financially free. I wanted all these things, and like my lifestyle just crumbled, and I think it just made room for something new. So if this is happening to you, ask yourself, have you been trying to manifest anything really big? Did you do Manifest with me in March on my channel? Look around and just ask yourself, maybe there's something in this for me, and just stick with it. Allow yourself to feel genuine emotions. Allow yourself to, don't spend this whole time being like, oh, I'm just going to be positive about it. I'm just going to be happy. Everything will be fine. Just like Rainbow Harmony said. No, like cry. If someone has passed away, or you lost something, or your life fell apart in shambles, like mourn that loss. It's still going to be a tough path, still something you're going to have to go through, and we're only human. Like, have emotions, but something that will be kind of the silver lining, or will give you hope throughout the process, is that maybe there is a hidden blessing, or maybe there is something in this for me. So just pay attention. So based on where you're at right now, where is the energy taking you? Like, what could be coming into your life next? And I love this card. This spread is so perfect. You got the Magician. So this is you being able to take power, take control over your life. And now that everything's kind of broken down, you have a fresh slate upon, which you can build. So the Magician is all about exerting your energy, all about taking action. It's all about deciding what you want to create in your life. It's about using your gifts, your skills, and your talents to be able to go forward and create change in your life, and maybe even create change in the world. I really do believe that everyone has special, unique gifts and talents that the world needs. There's a reason that you're here. Sometimes in the grand scheme of all the people on this earth, it's easy to kind of feel like a little ant and just be like, what's the point? But seriously, you have no idea like how you're going to impact the people around you, how you're going to even impact yourself, the people that you'll inspire on your path. It's like, here's a butterfly, it's like the butterfly effect. One small gesture you do can brighten someone's day, and that person goes out and brightens another person's day, and it's like this chain reaction. So don't discount your importance of why you're here. You might need to work hard to kind of recover what you've lost. And what's cool is that in this picture, we see this palace that is crumbled, but now in the background here, there's like an even bigger palace. Like, it's like, the other one was just like that. It's like you gain more. It's like, two steps forward, one step back. This is like your step back, but you're going to step forward double, if that makes sense. So old crops sometimes have to be burned to clear way for new growth. This is you being kind of like a tree shedding its leaves and getting ready for new growth. So this is part of the growth cycle. In life, we have rebirth and new beginnings and opportunities, and then we have death, chaos, destruction. You might be in a death cycle right now, but you are definitely headed towards rebirth. This is all part of your transformation, just like the butterfly. So just roll with it. Sometimes you just gotta throw your hands up in the sky and just be like, well, what the heck, universe, and just kind of roll with it. And in some situations, you can find the cosmic joke. There's a cosmic joke in a lot of things that happen to us. There's a lot of irony in our lives. It's very interesting. So I hope that this resonates with you. Let me know down below, and I want to thank you for coming to my channel. I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, we have a card for where you are at right now on your journey, and then like what energy is coming next. So where you are at right now in your journey, we've got the Chariot here. So this is a message that like you have really pulled up your confidence and your self-esteem, and you've had this rebirth period in your life. Like you have been through some phases and some obstacles and roadblocks, but through that, you got to this point where you were like, you know what? I know what I want. I know who I am. I'm going to go out there and get it. So you've just started that path. You've decided I'm going to start my journey. And so here you are riding on the, usually it's a horse, but this is a elk or something like that. This is a symbol of strength, so it kind of makes sense. Here you are just deciding I'm going to go on this journey and I'm going to make this happen. So I feel like for some of you guys, this could be talking about a physical journey, like you're literally moving somewhere, or you're in the process of traveling, or you're planning a trip, and your intention for this is like to change your perspective, to learn new things, to grow your spirit, and it's like you're moving forward. So where you're at right now is you're moving forward, you're being loyal to yourself, you're being loyal to your truth, you're like at this point where you're like, you know what, might as well die trying, might as well just put myself like kind of out there and go for it and see what happens. So you're alive, you're invigorated, you're on this journey, you're utilizing your strength and your stamina, and you're on a really great path, you know. So I see the Chariot as almost like the next step after the Fool card. I don't have it around me, do I? Oh, here it is. Kind of reminds me of the next card. The Fool card's about taking a leap of faith, taking a risk, going for it, and like sitting there and kind of pondering it and just like, this is what you need to do. The Chariot is like, you've done it. You've done that. You've taken the risk, and now you're on the path, and it's just like keep on keeping on, like you're on your journey. So where are you headed to next in your path? You're headed to a crossroads. That's exactly what this is saying, is you're gonna have to basically make a choice at some point on your path. Like, do I want to go this way, or do I want to go this way? Do I want to make this choice or this choice? I feel like you've taken the risk, you've gone for it, but now there's some kind of choice you have to make. I guess I'll draw a parallel between my life. You guys know I love to do that. It kind of reminds me of when I first started my channel here on YouTube, Rainbow Harmony. I was thinking like, okay, so I'm just gonna start my channel and I'm gonna go for it, and I just started posting videos, I started posting weekly readings, and then I had an opportunity because I got to this point where I was kind of bored or dissatisfied with what I was doing, and I had done a pick a card reading and it got a big response, and so I had this choice, like, do I just continue doing what I've done? Do I just continue with the weekly readings, or do I move on to trying to do something else that everyone else likes and keeps asking for? So I took that risk, I made that choice, I kind of responded to my path and what other people were really responding to on my channel. I started doing more pick a card readings, and the channel started to grow, and I started to get more clients, and it was more community, and it was really fun. So I think this might be telling you, where did it go? Here it is. I think this might be telling you, like, you can only go so far doing the same thing over and over. At a certain point, to get different results or to keep going, you're gonna have to change your path a little bit. And I think that this is just natural. In order to expand, you're being called to make some little changes, some little adjustments. So let's say you started a business and it's going really well, you're handing out business cards, it's for like a yoga class you're teaching or something, and it's going well, but then you realize you hit this plateau. And you have this choice, like, just keep going the way you've been going and hope it gets better, or try something new. So maybe the choice to try something new is like starting social media, getting online, getting an Instagram going, or maybe offering personal yoga training sessions or something like that. So this does seem kind of related to business. I'm thinking a lot about business and people that have started making a brand. We're talking a lot about business on this channel. And I feel like this is telling you, like, you need to be perceptive, and you need to like be willing to make little adjustments or little changes. Like, change with the times. Like, don't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Kind of reminds me of more examples. Reminds me of when I was working to become a fashion stylist. I was living in a small town and I was doing really well, and I was going into the city and I was making work, everything was great, but I hit this plateau once again, and like I wasn't getting clients and my work just seemed kind of like meh, and I was like, okay, I think I really need to like move to the city and like take this seriously and like really get on board with this. So I say that was my crossroads. Do I stay here and just keep doing what I'm doing, or do I make a change and kind of take a risk or try something new? So you're being called here basically to take another risk, and that's what's going to happen probably in the next 6 to 8 months. You're going to be called to, there's a crossroads. You either take this path or this path, and one path is familiar and one path feels safe, and one path is kind of scary. One path is kind of like a big leap. It's like you have to trust a lot. So for some of you guys, this might mean like quitting your day job, or maybe for some of you guys, it's going into a new romantic relationship, or maybe it's moving somewhere or something. So there's a big change coming. And when this happens, you know, I would say take the road less traveled. I'd say take the path that you're afraid of the most, because you know, wherever the fear is, that's where the most growth is. So, but honestly, exciting things ahead for you. I hope that this resonates. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, let's see where you're at right now on your path, and then we'll see like where you're moving forward to. So some of you guys right now on your path are a little bit sad. Whenever I pull this card, I always like really empathize with the person I'm pulling this for. And when I pull it for myself, I'm always like, yes, this is how I feel. Like, you see these upside down hearts that are basically tears. This person's crying, and water symbolizes emotion, and there's even like kind of a depiction of winter. I mean, look at all those symbolisms. Winter, water, which is emotion, tears. Like, you might be going through kind of a hard time, or maybe you're just pulling it together and you're going to work and you're hanging around your friends, but like deep inside there's a part of you that's just sad. There's a part of you that just doesn't feel right. Now, this could be something like medical, like depression. So if you're really feeling depressed, please seek professional help. There's nothing bad about that. I've told you guys before, I've been diagnosed with anxiety and depression. You might think I'm super happy and yay, rainbow harmony, but honestly, I'm pretty depressed. Like, it's hard for me to get out of bed some days. Like, I'm prone to like some sadness sometimes, and more than most people. So if, you know, make sure that you're seeking professional help. Spiritual help does help. Tarot helps, meditation. For me, working with my life coach, my tarot coach helps, but don't discount doctors' help. Don't discount like actual medical help. And that's something I learned on my path, because I was very against like the doctors and Western medicine and all of that stuff. But I kind of see it as like one spoke on the wheel to your healing. Like, every different healer kind of helps, and our bodies are very holistic, body, mind, and soul. So if you're feeling like this, look at what you're eating, what you're putting in your body. Sometimes when we're sad, we just want to eat sugar and Ben and Jerry's and a bunch of like wheat and flour. And what we really need is lots of water, and we need fruits and vegetables, and we need to maybe even spend some time, you know, working our diet over, and a little bit of exercise, you know, will really help. I had been off my exercise routine, you guys, for a while. I was like fit and fab when I was in LA, and then I started traveling and I was doing a lot of walking. I thought that was enough, but I want you guys to know I just got back on my fitness routine recently, and I see a huge difference in my mood. Oh my gosh, I'm way less depressed. I'm happier, I have more energy. I don't know if you guys can notice, because you're watching my videos every day. You probably notice, oh, there's something, she seems a little bit more peppy. It's totally because I'm working out again. So this is a card telling you you're at this point where you're sad and you're feeling these emotions, but like something definitely needs to be done. So trust your soul and your spirit. You, depending on where you're at, how sad you are, what has happened that caused this, or if it's just your random just sensation you're having, you know, find a way to tap into that. So of course there's meditation, there's yoga, exercise, healthy eating, seeing the doctor, all that. But This could also be for some of you guys something that has happened. So like a loss in your life or a breakup, or just, you know, maybe you're kind of in transition, like you just got out of high school and like you're sad because like you miss your friends and this era is over. Or maybe it's like you're about to graduate college and it's like, or you already have and it's the same thing and you just feel lonely. Or maybe you're at that point in your life where all your friends are moving away and having children and living their own lives, and you're like, where did everyone go? Like, you know, so it could be a transition. You could even be older. It could be like, maybe you have empty nests because all your children have gone off to school or moved out. Or it could be, I mean, it could be so many things, but those are things that are coming to my mind. So I feel like if this is grief you're experiencing, allow yourself to go through the grieving process. Sometimes we push it down and we try to like put on a happy face, but if you just kind of give into your grief, sometimes it helps. The grieving process is not linear, but the steps are usually denial, a phase where you're in denial or you're in shock over what has happened. Then there's bargaining. So let's say it's a breakup. Bargaining a breakup would be like, well, maybe we can still be friends, or maybe we can get back together, or maybe we can just hook up sometimes, or maybe we can have an open relationship, or maybe like if I just reach out and tell them this, then like they'll get back with me. That's bargaining. Then there's anger. You just get really angry over what's happened. Like if someone's passed away, like why did they leave me, or why did the universe or God let this happen, or that kind of stuff. Then there's sadness, and that's just you're crying all the time, you're depressed, your energy is low, you're just in the depths of despair. And then there's acceptance, where like it doesn't mean everything's great. You might still think about it sometimes, and there might still kind of be a little void because of the loss, but you accept it, and like you feel like you can move forward, and like you accept the lessons and the love from the situation, and the bitterness and the burden has been lifted, and sometimes that includes forgiveness. So it's not always linear. Sometimes you go through the shock and then you get angry, and then you go to acceptance, and then you go back to sadness, and then you go back to bargaining, and then you accept. Like it can go on, and for some people it takes years, a lifetime. For some people it takes months, weeks, depends on what happened. There's no right or wrong way to grieve, but this is a card that's saying like maybe some of you guys just need to recognize that's where you're at and allow yourself to do that. Because sometimes when you feel like this, there's this emotion like, why do I feel like this? Like, why am I not happy? What can I do to be happy? And I always tell people, if you're not happy, then like allow yourself to be sad. Maybe you're pushing and you're trying to push past it, and you're trying to like emotionally bypass your true emotions, and that's causing you anxiety. And maybe if you just lay down on your bed and cry, or this, you know, maybe you have to get your act together when you go to work, but when you come home, like allow yourself to be depressed, cry, do whatever you need to do, self-soothe, comfort yourself, allow the process to flow, you know, seek help if you need to, read books about healing, like make it your full-time job to like learn more about grieving and healing, and allow yourself to go through the steps. When you can master this, you've mastered life. You know, something that I've had a lot of grief and a lot of trauma in my life. That's why I love doing this channel and helping others. And I talk to people who are going through hard times. And I'm doing readings for people that are in really difficult spaces. And I just feel like I completely understand it because I've been through so much of this. I feel like this is the healer's path, the shaman's path. When you're an empath and when you're sensitive, everything feels like 100 times more intense than it does for some other people. So sometimes feeling things, oh, I dropped the card. Sometimes feeling things really deeply can feel like a curse, but it can also be a blessing because your sensitivities are a gift that allow you to tap into your artistic abilities or into your healing abilities. So I think we become stronger for going through grief. I think that we learn a lot, and I think that we learn how to comfort ourselves, or how to reparent ourselves, or how to be there. And it's a beautiful way to show yourself self-love by allowing yourself to just feel how you need to feel. So where are you headed next after this interesting chapter of your life? The Star. This says that you will flow past this, and it actually will build your confidence, because the star is all about becoming the star of your life, deciding that you're going to let yourself be known, that you're going to come out in the world and you're going to offer your talents and gifts, or that you're going to create something new. And it's about feeling more comfortable with yourself. It's about feeling good in your own skin. It's really a feminine goddess energy, but if you're male and you're watching this reading, or you identify more masculine, or you're a they and you're not ascribed to a gender, this is still an energy that allows you to express your feminine, because we all have feminine and masculine sides to ourselves. The feminine energy is very receptive. It's very patient, and so I feel like this is going to open your heart. And I'm getting chills, oh my gosh, because this thought just came to me, that whenever you go through grief, or you go through something that's really tough in your life, you have two options. One option is to let that grief or that sadness or that trauma to harden you and to put a wall up over you and to make you bitter and pull back. Or you can choose to let it to heal your heart and to open your heart, and for you to become more receptive to life, more allowing. So I think that's what's going to happen, honestly, is that this will heal your heart in a way. This will transform you. You will attract more opportunity in your life. You will become more compassionate towards yourself. I don't feel like you need to become more compassionate towards people, because I think a lot of you guys here are naturally empaths and you're already super compassionate to everyone else. I don't think you need to work on that. I think this is about you. This is about you becoming more compassionate with yourself and with your own experience, and like learning to become your own best friend, and it's all about self-love. So you're gonna get through this, and this is like a little wishing well. I think some wishes will be granted. I think good energy will come in your life again. The wheel of fortune will smile upon you again in your life, and I don't feel like your life will feel like this forever. And I just want you guys to know that if you're sad or you're depressed or it's really hard right now, time heals all wounds. And that's what I've told myself anytime I was really in a bad situation. I just said, okay, time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds. Just give it time. All right. I hope this resonates with you. Thank you for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, let's go ahead and get your message about where you're at right now, and like what energy is coming into your life next. So you're at a pretty good place right now. I always love to see this card. It's the 6 of Wands, and this is about victory. Like, you've had victory. I'm gonna get the book, actually. Hang on. Well, it's let's see if I can get it. Okay, so it was kind of underneath my bed. There's a quote in this book that I absolutely love. So 6 of Wands is definitely about victory. 6 of Wands is all about being at a place where you're taking charge in your life. And here it is. It says, victory is approaching. Have faith that you will win. The spotlight is shining upon you. Accept this time of recognition and growth as you have triumphed in a difficult situation. Things will work out for you if you persevere in a time of crisis. This victory is going to help you establish a firm foundation on which to build future success. This card also talks about celebration. So I absolutely love the way the book describes this card, because it's like the spotlight is shining upon you. Maybe some of you guys are involved in some type of performance. Maybe some of you guys who picked this are like graduating right now, and you're celebrating the success of everything that you've learned and all the knowledge that you've accumulated. Some people might be getting ready for a wedding or celebrating like a baby shower. So I feel an energy of celebration in this card, and like for some of you guys, it's been a long time coming. I also like how in the book it says victory is finally here. So maybe some of you guys have been working really long and hard on a certain path. This could be a romantic path. This could be a career path. This could be about just growing your talents and gifts. This could be a healing journey or something like that, or something you've been trying to manifest and it has finally come through, or it's just about to. So it's a really positive time in your life. You're on an up cycle, like things are looking great and you're moving forward. And I feel like you're leaving a long time of stagnancy or maybe this long plateau behind, and like things are moving forward. You're moving forward in leaps and bounds. So very positive time in your life. So what is coming next in your life? What energy is coming in next? 8 of Pentacles. This is very, very positive. Eight of Pentacles is all about gaining wealth. This could be material wealth. This could be just you have more time or more energy. So I feel transformation. I feel like your finances are transforming. Maybe your body is transforming, like you're taking better care of your vessel, or you're on a weight loss journey or a health journey or something like that, and it's turning out well and you have more energy. You could be at a point in your life where you've left rigorous studies behind or a rigorous job behind, and now you've manifested the next thing, and so you have more time on your hands, or you have more control over your time. And so and then for some people it's finances, like you're really building wealth, you're really building like a big investment comes through, or like some type of wealth comes through. And the number 8 too is like the infinity symbol, so it's like you have really built some form of infinite abundance in your life. So it's like you've really changed your mindset. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, I feel like you've worked really, really hard. I feel like you've changed a lot, and this is a message that like you're there, like you've made it, like the hard work is paid off, keep going. So I hope that this resonates with you guys. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you're interested in a personal reading, then check out the information below and make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see you later, okay? Bye. Peace out.